On CNN Philippines tonight, firefights intensify and more civilians die as the military vows to free Marawi from Maute by June 12. With a crisis down south, President Rodrigo Duterte cancels a traditional Bon d'Honneur commemorating the country's Independence Day. And One Directioner Harry Styles is coming back to Manila for a solo performance. We have the ticket info for you. Good evening, I'm Mitzi Borromeo. Two deadlines have lapsed to defeat the Maute group in Marawi City, but the military remains relentless. They vow to raise 3 stars and a sun against the enemy's black flag on June 12 in time for the country's Independence Day celebration. Our senior correspondent Ina Andolong has the story.
An end in sight in the battle to free Marawi. More than 2 weeks of intense fighting, now a day to look forward to.
Hoping that by Monday, we can freely wave our flags in every corner of Marawi.
The mission, a Philippine flag hoisted in every corner of the war-torn city, hopefully to replace ISIS flags raised by the enemy. The Armed Forces says this is significant to celebrate Independence Day and reclaim the city from terrorists. This time, the military seems more optimistic of the timetable, even as Abu Sayyaf leader Isnilon Hapilon and the Maute brothers are still holding out against advancing government forces, and they believe enemy supply is drying up. Volume of fire from the Maute group has declined. Sniper fire now only monitored in select areas. Of the 96 barangays, only 3 remain in the hands of the Maute.
The world of the terrorists inside the city is growing smaller by the day.
If the military takes full control of Marawi by next week, the lifting of martial law does not necessarily follow, at least not yet.
Yung desisyon po na yan ay kailangan pang i-assess dahil ang kabuuan po ng Mindanao ang dapat tingnan, hindi lang po yung sa Marawi itself. May network po ito at they run the whole breadth of Mindanao.
But this early reconstruction plans for the city are in the drawing board. Soldiers will be tapped to help rebuild structures heavily damaged from the clashes.
Unang-una yung clearing, and then the rebuilding will follow afterwards. But it has to be comprehensive, and of course it will have to be cultural sensitive.
Whether or not the whole of Marawi is liberated from the terrorists, the military says flags will still be raised on Independence Day, at least to remind the people of what they should be fighting for. Ina Andolong, CNN Philippines.
As the deadline nears, airstrikes, artillery fire, gunfire, and blasts come non-stop in Marawi. The city also witnessed the heart-wrenching pain of a family that had just lost a loved one to the war. Our George Cahiles has the story.
The Masid family huddles around the body of 15-year-old Abdila. A sniper fire hit the boy's head during the noontime prayer inside this mosque, just a few meters away from the military camp here.
Nag-sermon yung imam sa amin, nagbibigay ng sermon. After 5 minutes, nakarinig kami ng mga tunog ng bala, sniping ba. Oh. Pero hindi, baliwala lang sa amin. Siyempre, nasa siminto ka eh. Tapos biglang yung bata, narinig na may tinaman dito sa nik. Yun, parang bumagsak.
The family agonizes as they pray for Abdila's eternal peace. They believe the 50 caliber bullet that took the boy's life came from a Maute fighter. Abdila's sister Rose Laney weeps as she wipes away her brother's blood splattered on the floor.
Sa mga terorista. Kung di dahil sa kanila, hindi ito mangyayari sa kapatid ko.
It's day 18 of the crisis here in Marawi. Hostilities are growing as government troops occupy areas formerly controlled by the Maute group. Authorities say 20 civilians have so far been killed since the firefight broke. But there are still some that need to be accounted for. For civilians trapped in the crossfire, there are no more safe places in Marawi, if even holy mosques are not spared.
Sana itigil na nilang pagiging pagpakipagpakan dito sa Marawi. Ang dami nang namatay na mga sibilyan dito sa Marawi.
For now, the Masid family can only hope for an end to the fighting because they can't bear to lose another loved one in this war. From Marawi City, George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
Just heartbreaking. Well, the provincial license of Resorts World Manila has been suspended by the government. This is in connection with the June 2 shooting incident at the casino hotel that led to the death of the gunman and 37 other guests and employees. The suspension effectively stops all gaming operations in Resorts World pending results of the investigation on its liability and improvements on its security. The Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation PAGCOR warns non-compliance will lead to sanctions. It's also requiring all integrated resorts in the country to submit their security and safety plans to prevent a repeat of the Resorts World incident. Should hotel security guards be allowed to carry firearms? That's one big question hotel managers faced in a dialogue with police and intelligence agencies. Our JC Gotinga tells us the answer boils down to people's instinctive reaction to danger, fight or flight.
A scene that many of us will never forget. The security guard at the Resorts World Manila entrance tries to stop Jesse Carlos from what he was about to do, but she runs away at the sight of his gun. Even Metro Manila Police Chief Oscar Albayalde understands the guard's reaction. Unarmed, she naturally fled the scene.
We are willing to help them train their personnel para ma-develop yung will to fight dito. No? Yun yung nakita kasi natin dito. It's the will to fight that was absent during that time.
Albayalde is referring to hotel security managers. In this forum, the police general tells them they need to professionalize their in-house security teams.
Kailangan talaga na nilang mag-invest on their internal security, particularly yung mga hotels where they have their own internal security.
Security guards in hotels and resorts are prohibited from carrying firearms because the sight of guns makes guests uneasy. Albayalde could not hide his frustration over this.
Even I, as I've said earlier, ako nga kinakapaan ng mga hotels na yan in uniform ha. So ganun nga kami nga ganun kami bastusin ng mga yung mga security personnel nila in uniform.
He recommends that hotels form their own quick response teams that are well trained in handling any kind of emergency. They should be well compensated. And it would help if they carried their own licensed firearms, provided they are trained to be responsible gun owners. Hotel security managers say it would be better to have security firearms stored in a secure place to be accessed by their emergency teams only when needed.
That's why we need to invest in training. We need to conduct a lot of drills, a lot of exercise, not only internally in our hotels, but in cooperation with the different government agencies. Because no amount of preparation na kahit anong gawin natin, kung yung human instinct ang papalo at ang tao ay ma-cover kaagad ng takot, mangyayari po yun.
Because when the unthinkable happens, a security guard must have what it takes to put up a fight and not to consider flight. JC Gotinga, CNN Philippines.
Heads up motorists, new implementing rules of the Anti-Distracted Driving Act are out. Here's what you need to know. Cell phones may be used for navigation while driving as long as these are placed 4 inches from the edge of the dashboard. Texting, calling, playing games, watching videos, and surfing the net are still banned. If you need to type your destination on navigation apps, you must pull over. The Land Transportation Office also clarifies dash cams are not covered by the law, only communication gadgets. The Anti-Distracted Driving Act takes effect 15 days after its publication in major newspapers.
Coming from our resource persons, na yun ang na-arrive na suggestion. Generally, hindi ka na necessarily tutungo na katulad ng dati na kung nasa ibaba, no? Kahit na authorized na equipment yung nandun, kung kailangan bitawan mo yung manibela o tinkerin mo para yun ang bawal.
Here are some top stories from around the world. Shocking poll results in the United Kingdom. British Prime Minister Theresa May's future is looking uncertain after her election gamble appears to have backfired. With majority of results in, May's party won the most parliament seats, but not enough to govern without the support of minority parties. May now vows to form a new government. She needs to turn to the Democratic Unionist Party of Northern Ireland to give her the number of seats required. U.S. President Donald Trump branded James Comey a leaker a day after the former FBI director testified before the Senate. Comey said he was fired because of the Russia probe and that he took notes about his meetings with President Trump because he was concerned the president might lie about the meetings later. Comey also revealed he gave copies of memos on his meetings with President Trump to a friend to leak to the press, citing a tweet sent by the president after his firing as the catalyst. And the Japanese parliament has approved a historic abdication bill. The new law allows Emperor Akihito to become the first Japanese monarch to abdicate in 200 years. A centuries-old imperial law prohibits sitting emperors from quitting their posts. But the new law reverses that and now permits the 83-year-old monarch to pass on the throne to his eldest child, Crown Prince Naruhito. As fighting rages in Marawi, we'll tell you how a group is helping residents, especially those most vulnerable, cope with the trauma from the war. The group's head, known as the Warrior Princes for Peace, will join us in the studio live. And the technical glitch in the country's oldest bank is sending shockwaves to the industry and Congress. Details next here on CNN Philippines Newsroom. Good evening to those of you watching us on Facebook Live. Coming up for you in the next segment of the show, we'll give you a little tribute to the fallen soldiers as a result of the Marawi crisis. Also, again, reminding you that we do have a guest live from the Teach Peace, Build Peace movement. They're doing amazing work to help the victims of the Marawi crisis. We'll also tell you about the employment rate in the Philippines. Apparently, in April, more Filipinos had jobs. So stay tuned for that. Do stay with us until the end of the show. Now, we'll tell you about who's greeting us and who's watching us on Facebook Live. Hello to Judy Lau, Pom Yapching. You join us basically every night. Also watching from
Marcialo at ano pa ba ang dapat gawin? Alam mo ito mga na to. They was trying to think that we in government are trying to perpetuate ourselves in power.
President Duterte didn't give an exact timeline to end the crisis in Marawi, but he believes it would be over in just a matter of days. After 18 days of clashes, the city, once known as the summer capital of the South, is in ruins, with over 200,000 people displaced. One of the groups helping the victims of the Marawi crisis is the Teach Peace, Build Peace movement, a non-government organization bridging faiths, cultures, and ethnic groups. To tell us more about the recent peace missions, we're joined by the group's founding president and executive director, Bayro Haniza Sumdad Usman. Good evening, honey. Thank you for being here.
A peaceful evening. Thanks for having me.
And you were just there on a peace mission. Tell us about the situation. Siyempre, ang hirap talaga para sa mga bata. And you're from there, no? This is your home.
Yes.
You're a Maranao princess.
It's even more emotional and more painful, especially if it's happening to your own land, to your own people. When we were there, we visited 3 evacuation centers, and we have witnessed our brothers and sisters struggling with food, shelter, clean water, clothing, and comfort in terms of sleeping. Our hearts were bleeding while we were listening to the stories of the children and youth that we have interacted with when we were there. And but what struck us the most was they're full of hopefulness, despite the incident, despite what they have experienced.
Yes.
Just like what one of our volunteers, Glenford Lumbao, mentioned in his reflection.
We're showing pictures also that he took from that mission.
Yes, ang sabi nga niya, they may be homeless but not hopeless.
Wow, that's
he met one of the kids, John. So John shared with him that every time he's scared, he usually goes to his bed and then hides under his blanket.
Yeah.
But now, due to this incident, he's now sleeping on a cold concrete floor with a sack of rice as his pillow and tarpaulin as his blanket.
It's just so heartbreaking.
Yes, and but his situation never stopped him from proudly saying that I want to pursue my dream of being a police someday.
Amazing.
Children seem to parang mas takot sila. They're more scared of losing their dreams, losing their aspirations. Ang dami sa kanila nagsasabi, we miss going to school. How are we going to go back to school? So it's truly heartbreaking.
You
nakikipagkwentuhan kami sa kanila.
And it's nice. I love these pictures you're showing. Smile, beautiful faces, still smiling, and you help them with psychosocial.
Yes,
therapy.
we call it psychosocial peace building. So it's our way of helping our brothers and sisters, especially the young generations, heal the psychological faculties damaged by trauma and stress. And it is our way of instilling hope and our way of beginning their journey towards restoring their sense of inner peace, their sense of social connection. So this is also our way of guiding our young generations towards that culture of peace and resiliency despite their situation.
Yeah, that is so important now. That's why, and you want to bring more hope kits and care kits. You will be going back. Tell us about this, because people can help, right? You will need more. You're putting together more of these kits.
Yes. After conducting our psychosocial peace building activities, we give out what we call hope kits. So hope kits, they can use it in the evacuation centers as a way of helping them cope up. And for the care kits, these are going to be beneficial for the family's needs in terms of hygiene and sanitation. And a few weeks from now, we're going to go back there for another peace mission and conduct a series of psychosocial peace building activities for children and youth, focused on children and youth, because of all sectors, they're the most who actually bear the pain and suffering caused by this war.
Yeah. So. And just a few tips, because I'm sure people want to give old toys. Some things that they should know: they shouldn't give pigs and dogs. No.
Yes, dogs and dolls.
Dolls. Okay.
Yes, that's why we encourage stuffed toys like teddy bears, animals.
So it's just to be sensitive, of course.
Yes, culturally and religiously sensitive.
Yes. Now, before we go, quick message. I mean, in this time of crisis and really just all the hate that's going around, what would you like to say? What is your message to the people?
First of all, we'd like to thank, in Teach Peace, Build Peace movement, we call them peace heroes. The people who have been supporting us in the recent weeks that we have been calling out for donations, for love and support for our brothers and sisters. Maraming salamat po talaga. And as we don't know kung kailan everything's going to go back to normal, but hopefully, we are hoping and praying that everything will be fine soon. And sana ay patuloy nating tulungan ang ating mga kapatid, lalong-lalo na yung mga bata at kabataan na whose childhood have been stolen because of this war.
Yeah, and you know that very well, because you yourself, you're also a victim of war. So thank you for all you do. And thank you. It's because of you that we are really hopeful and inspired.
Yes. I hope we work together in rebuilding Marawi City. Lagi nga namin sinasabi, we are and will always be one with Marawi.
Yes, thank you very much again.
Thank you so much for having me.
President Duterte will lead the country's Independence Day celebration with Vice President Leni Robredo in attendance. It will be the first time the two will mark Independence Day since taking office on June 30 last year. The president will lead the raising of the national flag at Rizal Park in Manila. Meanwhile, Malacanang cancels the traditional Vent d'Honneur to commemorate the event. Presidential spokesperson Ernie Abella says after the rites in Luneta, the president will attend to matters pertaining to Mindanao, including the Marawi crisis. Heads up commuters, LRT 1, 2, and MRT 3 is giving free rides during peak hours on Independence Day. Free rides will be offered from 7 to 9 in the morning and from 5 in the afternoon to 7 in the evening. Starting June 12, free access to the internet will be available to everyone in the whole stretch of EDSA. The Information and Communications Department and National Telecommunications Commission is testing the Wi-Fi and high-speed internet services project tomorrow. The Bank of the Philippine Islands has reactivated its electronic channels, but some clients are already planning to withdraw their money after the two-day glitch that shut down their deposits. We have more from Rex Hermitio.
Roel Rezano is finally able to withdraw money from his account at the Bank of the Philippine Islands. He couldn't do it for 2 days as the bank tried to resolve a massive computer glitch that caused panic among millions of BPI clients.
May mga kaibigan rin ako, mga co-employees din na gano'n din. Minsan may mga 50,000 pa ngayon nawala sa kanila.
Rezano, an engineer, saw his account lose 10,000 pesos. Unable to access his money, Rezano had to borrow from his friends for his family's expenses. Now he wants to withdraw all his money from BPI and transfer them to another bank.
So syempre medyo hassle yun, ilang days rin na, nawala. Hindi ka nakapag-withdraw.
This woman who refused to give her name is with her son to withdraw money for his tuition. Just like Resano, she was also worried about her hard-earned money that is meant for her único hijo.
Sana yung mga pera namin maging maayos lang kasi para sa future din kasi.
The Bankers Association of the Philippines is closely watching what happened to the country's oldest bank. Banking Association of the Philippines official Ed Francisco is president of BDO Capital, a subsidiary of BPI's rival BDO Unibank. But he says these are times when competition doesn't matter, as this incident affects the entire banking industry.
We don't want the Filipinos or even the broad public, including the foreigners who bank with us, to feel that the Philippine banks are not doing their job.
That's why all banks are urged to always be a step ahead of problems. This includes guarding against hackers, as the industry is still reeling from the cyber heist at the Bangladesh Central Bank. That one got the Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation into trouble.
We have to keep on upgrading that from a software perspective and even a hardware perspective, because we want to reassure naman that our depositors, our customers, that their money is safe with us.
The BAP is advising consumers like Resano to have accounts in different banks to make sure they have funds to at least get by when things go south. Rex Remitio, CNN Philippines.
Senate President Coco Pimentel is calling for a legislative inquiry into the system error. He says this will look into BPI's security protocols and find out how such a glitch can be prevented from happening again. The Bangko Sentral says consumer confidence hit a record high in April to June. The BSP says consumer confidence reached a double-digit record increase of 13.1%. Respondents surveyed cited improvements in peace and order, additional family income brought by higher salaries, and availability of more jobs as basis for their optimism. Consumer confidence is measured by the country's economic condition, family financial situation, and family income. The second quarter consumer expectation survey was done from April 1 to 12 among 5,631 households. More Filipinos had jobs in April. Government data show the country's employment rate for the month reached 94.3%, slightly higher than in April 2016. The government adds there were fewer Filipinos who needed additional work just to make ends meet. Ms. Angel Locsin goes out of her way to help the people of Marawi. Also ahead, we'll tell you how much you need out of pocket to get the best seats for the Manila concert of former One Directioner Harry Styles. CNN Philippines Newsroom will be right back. Good evening to those of you joining us on Facebook Live. Coming up for you in the final segment of the newsroom, we have entertainment news. Apart from what I just told you about, we'll also talk about the newest animation from Disney Pixar. We'll bring you the trailer of Coco, so stay tuned for that. Now, we want to greet those of you who have been saying hello on Facebook Live. Chalao Yasuam is watching from Thailand. Flori Salvador Amante says good afternoon from Kuwait. And Shovi Akdol is watching from Ireland. Well, hello there. Malu Maglinte is watching from Malaysia, and we're seeing people here excited about Harry Styles. Also, hello to Joshua Yam, who says hello from Sydney, Australia. Thanks for all your messages and for sending us your insights. Stay until the end of the show. Superpowers to help others. The former Darna star joined a non-government organization to bring relief goods and visit residents who escaped the conflict in Marawi. Locsin has been with the group since Wednesday, making the rounds in some evacuation centers. The actress also spent time talking and sympathizing with some affected residents. Ticket prices for the Manila concert of the British singer Harry Styles are finally out. The cheapest ticket costs over 1,300 pesos, while best concert seats are more than 6,800 pesos. Concert promoter MMI Live says tickets for the show will go on sale June 19th. The former One Directioner is performing in a solo concert on May 1st, 2018 at the Mall of Asia Arena. The show is part of the tour of his debut album released last month. And before we go, we take a peek at life after death in the upcoming animated film from Disney Pixar. The House of Mouse released the newest trailer of Coco. The movie follows a 12-year-old boy, Miguel, who is obsessed with a legendary Mexican guitarist. The almost 1.5-minute clip gives us a look at how Miguel was transported to the land of the dead and how he discovers the history of his family. Coco will hit local cinemas November 22nd.
Miguel? What is going on? Remind me how I know you? They're your family. We have to get you back home.
Welcome! Anything to declare? As a matter of fact, yes.
I want to watch that. And that's a newsroom for you this evening. I'm Mitzi Borromeo. Thank you for watching. Good night. Have a great long weekend.
Sa kanyang talumpati kanina sa kampo ng 603rd Infantry Brigade sa Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao, binatikos ni Pangulong Duterte ang mga politiko na kumukwestiyon sa pagdedeklara niya ng martial law sa Mindanao. May banat rin siya sa isang ex-military na tila mas marunong pa raw sa kanya.
Alam mo ito, mga ito, they're always trying to think that we in government are trying to perpetuate ourselves in power. I-diferensya mo kami sa ibang mga leader na dumaan. Hindi ka magkasing ninyo. Kung magsalita, akala mo mas marunong pa. And to talk about issues openly, mali-mali naman.
Kaya ho nung mga rason para pwedeng magdeklara ng martial law.
Opo.
Rebellion.
Rebellion, invasion.
Invasion.
Opo.
Don't you call that the rebellion ang ginagawa nitong mga taga-mauti na to? Because gusto nilang sakupin talaga yung lugar at sila ang maghari, hindi ko ba ganun?
Kaya lang kasi, napaka-specific kuya yung definition ng rebellion at saka ng invasion dun sa Constitution.
Ano po ang yung talagang ng rebellion?
Ang rebellion ay may section ng local government at populasyon ng Pilipinas na titiwalag sa pambansang gobyerno. Sasabihin halimbawa ng Marawi City Government o ng mga Marawi citizens na ayaw na namin sa Republika at kami ay hihiwalay na. Pero that was not the case eh.
So hindi ho ba ganun ang ginagawa nito mga na humihiwalay sila, nagtataas nga sila ng sarili nilang flag?
Ng ISIS flag.
Yes.
Pero strictly speaking, hindi yan rebellion ng Marawi City at ng Marawi residents. In fact, pag tinanong yung mga ibang mamamayan sa Marawi, ayaw nila sa Maute. Hindi sila yung nagre-rebel against the national government. Tapos, hindi rin siya invasion kasi hindi naman tulad sa Zamboanga City noon na may siege talaga.
So, ano po yung invasion?
Yun yung armadong puwersa na mula sa labas ay papasok sa isang lugar na may intensyong sakupin siya, kontrolin siya, at gumanap ng karahasan sa mga
kung hindi po taga-Marawi itong mga nag-invade doon, ay nandoon ngayon at nakikipaglaban para wag sabihin na ito'y rebellion, ibig sabihin hindi sila mga taga-Marawi.
Maaring ganon.
Pumasok sila.
Na
may armas sila.
Doon, may armas sila.
Na parang gusto nila sakupin ng Marawi.
Yes.
So that's invasion.
Hindi po. Strictly speaking, not according to the definition of the Constitution. But definitely, target ng military action. Kasi walang pwedeng pumugad dyan na mga na grupo na may armas, na may intensyong gumawa ng karahasan, ng terror actions na ginawa nila, na hindi re-responde ang ating armed forces at PNP. Kasi talagang, ayan, nagsimula sila ng isang malaking gulo na hanggang ngayon ay pinagdudusahan ng mga kababayan natin.
So sa ganito po, kailangan ngayon ng talagang kasi it's a matter of interpretation with the specific word rebellion and invasion.
At saka kuya, interpretation but also yung makatotohanang pagsalaysay ng mga facts on the ground. Ito rin sana yung dapat natalakay nung joint session.
Kung ano ba talaga yung nangyayari?
Ano ba talaga nangyayari? Kasi hindi lang yung invasion ba talaga yan o hindi, rebellion ba talaga o hindi, pero yung mga actual terror actions na ginawa on the ground, may mga iniulat noon ng kung sino sa gobyerno na hindi naman pala talaga nangyari. Like yung pagpugot sa ulo ng police chief na later buhay pala siya. Or yung pagsakop at pagsunog ng mga facilities na hindi naman pala, bagamat may iba na talagang sinira, no? At may mga talagang sibilyan na napatay, nasugatan, etc. So, yung accuracy, yung truthfulness ng information na ginamit na batayan sa deklarasyon ng martial law. Samantalang, kung sinabi yung totoong mga nangyari at ginawa namin sa Kongreso ang tungkulin namin, siyasatin ang mga yon, maaring by some miracle, at least nasabi namin na dapat may ibang tugon, hindi martial law sa buong Mindanao. Pero isa pang mas appropriate, mas tukoy na malakas na aksyon laban sa multi-group na yan sa Marawi City.
Dito muna tayo sa rebellion. Rebellion is a crime against the Republic of the Philippines. If you want to know the short and long of a definition what is a rebellion, it simply says, itong mga tao na ito want to overthrow the government and replace it with another one. Ako sana, kung maganda yung pamaraan nila at mga edukado at may utak, nag-average lang ng 14 yung mga yawa na yan. Sasali ako sa kanila, but you know, they're destroying our country. First, pinabaha nila yung mga Shabaw all over Mindanao. And you know what? As I have warned repeatedly, mga taga-Maynila, hindi makaintindi. Nila alam ang terrain ng Mindanao. You first make your enemy crazy. That would be the easy thing to do. Lagay mo lahat ang problema sa kanila. And that's what they did. And unfortunately, the proceeds of those yabu were used to fund terrorism. Gentlemen, we are fighting a rebellion. Rebellion is a war. It is not anything that you see every day na peace and order or law and order. It will, if we allow to overcome them, then this country will end something like minus the island of Mindanao. There will be breakage and we will have a problem because again the Christians will arm themselves and make a counter revolt and it would throw our country to the dogs. So, yung mission ninyo, itong rebellion, pati drugs, is connected with rebellion. Ang pera ng rebellion ginamit nila ang Shabu. And that is why I am not ordering you to an ordinary police action. I am ordering you to crush. Pulpugin mo ang kalaban natin kasi hindi ito pangkaraniwang pulis. When I say crush them, we have to destroy everything, including lives. Nagwa-warning na ako niyan, this is no joking matter itong rebellion. Pag mahina tayo dito at karaming kalaban, we are facing so many fronts. Before it was the MN, the MI, but yung kanila was for their land. Kasi bago dumating si Magellan dito, dala-dala yung Katolik, yung Kristyanismo, Mindanao was already ahead by almost 90 years, Islam na sila. Kaya yung hindi umubra yung Spaniards, hindi umubra yung Amerikano, so they had to resort to massacre. Kaya sila lang may photograph noon, kinuha nila, tapos din nila, nandyan sa archives yan So nakikita ngayon ng mga Moro na patong-patong yung patay. Pinatong pa yung paa doon sa dibdib na kahubad na Moro lady. Kaya mainit talaga dito. Mainit dito. Ngayon ako, sabi ko, wala akong magawa except to maintain the integrity of the Republic. Nandito na tayong lahat Naintindihan ko. Kaya I continue to talk with Nor and the MI. Last week lang. And the other day, before I flew to Manila to visit the wounded soldiers Cagayan, pati sa mga patay, Usap kami ni Nor. Sabi niya, sabi ko, Nor, prangkahan mo ako. Are you still interested ng federal government? Wala akong maibigay sa iyo na bayan. It's not mine to give. But I can carve you a new setup na mapagbigyan kayo ng control sa sarili ninyong bayan. A deeper control. Sabi niya, Mayor, okay. Alam mo naman okay ako. Kasi matter of fact, sabi niya, I'm offering 2,000 men to join your armed forces and fight alongside with government forces. Sabi ko, Nor, bigyan mo ako ng bata. Yung dati mo mga sundalo, may riuma na yan. Maano ako niyan. Just give me the young, but sabi ko, there will be a protocol, a process, may proseso yan. First of all, I have to go inside the brain of the person and pick his mind. Gusto ko lang malaman sa totoo ano ka ba talagang simpatiyo mo. Para sa bayan mo, magkaroon kayo ng teritoryo dito. We share everything. More powerful sa inyo. O gusto ninyong sumali dyan sa ISIS. Galit ako. Kasi sinabi ko, ang lola ko maranaw. Mistisa ang nanay ko. Galit ako. Kaya Lanao del Sur ko napunta ka dyan. Have you been to Lake Lanao? Pagkagandang ko. Magtingin ako noong high school pa kami, magbakasyon kami doon. Kaganda na lugar. Makita mo lang, it could provide a number of livelihoods dyan. Wala lang ano sa gobyerno eh. Kaya kung may federal, hayaan mo sila na mag-develop. Sila yung nandyan eh. But under the control of the Republic of the Philippines. But I will give them more elbow room na. Eh, kasi naman leader after leader, wala namang ginawa eh. So, Nor offered. I accepted. But proseso yan. Marami naman tayong mga kapatid na muro. Andyan. They're doing okay. Yung aking nasaktan dyan, itong mga gago na to, nagpunta doon sa hulo, nag-contaminate, bakit mo naman kayo pumayag papasok, tumuro, sisirain ang bayan ninyo? Look what has the war resulted to. Buhay pati. I cannot stop my soldiers now. No. Ay, kasi noon, ang peace talks, no. Let make it public now. Tapusin natin yung tunggera na to. Inumpisahan ninyo. Marami na akong patay na sundalo. Marami na akong patay na pulis. We have crossed the bridge already. Kung saan ang wala pang patayan? Ano yun? May soldiers? Itong kada oras ito, tamaan talaga sa Marawi ngayon eh. Ay, ang kalaban, hindi naman Maranaw, klase-klase na. And the fact, ang galit ako kasi dinala doon sa Lanao, a foreign ideology, nagpapakamatay naman yung mga Moro na, kaya dyan, gamitin ninyo, ulo ninyo. Why do you allow other people to come to our country and destroy us with an ideology? May sarili namang atin. Foreign yan sa inyo. Hindi inyo yan. Galing yan Middle East. And it only means, ang avowed objective ng ISIS is to kill and destroy. Period. Kaya ako, I will destroy also and kill. Period. Tapusin natin ito. Inumpisahan ninyong putang ina. Tapusin na natin to. Walang peace talks. If it would take me 10 years to do it, I will do it if I'm still around. If I will do it until the end of my term, I will do it. Kaya sa NPA, sabi ko, we've been fighting for 50 years. Sabi ko sa kanila noon sa panel, do you want to fight another 50 years? Ganun ang gusto ninyo? Magsabi ka, ilip po ang ceasefire. February 10. February 4, pinagpatay na ninyo ang mga sundalo ko, pati mga polis. So February 4, ang akin sabi ko, i-lift ko February 7. Mauna talaga ako. Just to show good faith. February 4, tinawagan ko si John Anyo. Sabi ko, sir, i-resume na natin ng away. At least makapatay sila ng isa, makapatay ako ng isa rin. Mapatayan tayo, at least may pangganti tayo. Bakit mo isispire yung yawa na yan? Wala namang kwenta pala. So yan ang ano. But you'll have that. No other time also na maraming surrendery ang NPA with armas. Alam ninyo yan. That is taboo. Ang natin talaga yan sa kanila mag-surrender kadalang anas. Hanapin ka talaga ng mga isparo nun. Pero ngayon, nagbabaan. Kayo, ang ganda ng record ninyo. So, I hope to repay your services na pinakamalaking ano ko ngayon ng armed forces. Bagong equipment sa inyo, bago lahat. Lahat, bago. From Hulo to Cagayan. Cagayan, nag-deliver 30 million. Another 28 million to complete it. Para inyo lang yan. At saka may plano ako. I cannot talk about it because it would be lengthy. It's about a program na mga anak ninyo. Either buhay o... It's not matter kung buhay o patay. But they will have a good education. May trust fund ako running into billions. I have already targeted 20 of that. I will tell you about the mechanics later on. But hingiin ko ito sa cabinet pati sa Congress na wag ninyo pakialaman to. Because by the time I'll got out about 50, sa ano nga yan, that's about 20, so it would earn you 6 million 400. Hindi na maubos yung tuition sa mga bata. All over. Wag lang ng scholarship sa Amerika. Medyo mabibigat yan. Pero kung bright, bigyan na din ng magandang baon. Talo, scholar yan. Kaya mo kayo, pupunta kayo ng Amerika, di ba? Nagtitraining kayo doon. Kung dito lang sa Pilipinas, I can always provide. But do not worry. In the meantime, na wala pa yan, sagot ko lahat yan. Ayaw kong papag-usapan kung anong ginagawa ko kasi it's about sorrow. But dito sa gobyerno ko, you have the highest priority, pati police. Hindi talaga papayag na madihado tayo. Kaya huwag kayong matakot. Pag sabi destroy, you destroy. Yan man ang gusto nila. Sabihin lang bakit, why is the order destroy? Anak ka ng putang ina mo. I am fighting a war here. Huwag kayong makialam. I don't care about human rights. Sige, kayo dito. Brilin ninyo kaagad. So, huwag kayong matakot magtrabaho. Kasi, ako lang kasi ang sa Constitution. I and I alone can declare martial law. Ayaw ko to. Ilang beses ninyo narinig, do not force my hand into it because I will be harsh. Ipinilit tagalin ninyo ako, di sige. So, lahat ng mangyari dito, whether nagkamali ka o tama, ako ang magsagot yan isa. I and I alone will assume full responsibility. Trabaho lang kayo. The order is to destroy the enemy. Ang durugista, same. You have to destroy the apparatus. Ang apparatus, yung mismong dyan, nagluluto, pati yung nagdi-deliver. Kasi kung walang nagluto, wala yung delivery. Pag wala naman delivery, mahirapan. Trafficking eh. Kaya sabi nila, binibigyan ko raw ang pulis ng pera. Totoo yan. Every command conference. Because ang hinahabol natin is trafficking. There must be buying and selling of drugs. Kaya kung wala yan, walang negosyo, that is not trafficking. Kung possession lang, bail. Kaya nang hinahabol ko dyan, putang, papatayin talaga kita. Bakit hindi kita patayin? Meron, isa-isa ka lang, every trip, isang sasi. Pero naka 50 kakabiyahe ang gabi-gabi na yan. Mahuli ka, isang sasi lang. Bail, balik sa labas. It's destroying our country. So you go after the last person sa drug apparatus. Kasali dyan, middleman, tagaluto, tiga-deliver. Dito sa rebellion, pag may hawak ka ng baril, hindi ka sundalo, hindi ka militar, barilin mo. Pag hindi ikaw ang barilin yan. So, nagdilim naman ang panahon, baka ako pang maunan nito sa impyerno. Puta, hindi na ako makalabas dyan. Iikot pa ako dito. I have to go, but congratulations on your achievement. And I'm sure the Republic of the Philippines, ako pa naman ang presidente. Kaya buhayin ninyo ako ng 5 years. Baka ikuditan ninyo ako, tapos itapon ninyo ako sa isang kanto, di naluko na. Wala nang mamutang ina sa kalaban. Hindi ba? Marunong magputang ina ang military. Tayo, so salamat sa serbisyo ninyo. I remember.
Tukoy na ng AFP kung sino ang may-ari ng bahay kung saan nagpulong sina Isnilon Hapilon at ang Maute bago lumusob sa Marawi City. Ang inaalam ngayon ng mga otoridad ay kung totoo bang natakasan na ni Hapilon ang militar at nakalabas na siya ng Marawi. Nakatutok live si Cedric Castillo. Cedric.
Yes, Mel, sa tala ng military ay lampas 200 o 200 ang mga local terrorist groups ang kanilang nakabakbakan dito sa Marawi City. Sa opisyal na pahayag naman ng AFP ay narito pa sa lungsod ang mga leader ng Maute Group. Sa ika-17 araw ng bakbakan dito sa Marawi, ang tanong ng marami, nakalabas na ba ng Marawi City ang leader ng Maute Group na si Isnilon Hapilon? Ayon sa dalawang source ng GMA News, isang mataas na opisyal ng militar at isa mula sa pribadong sektor na may kinalaman sa coordination ng Maute Group at GPH-MILF panel, may ilang araw nang nakalabas ng Marawi City si Hapilon. Ayon mismo kay National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon, may natanggap na silang ganitong balita pero vine-verify pa nila.
We are looking into that.
Ilang batalyon ng sundalo ang naipadala sa Marawi City mula nang magsimula ang bakbakan noong May 23. Mahigit 100 na raw ang patay sa panig ng Maute Group. 39 na sundalo at pulis na ang nasawi. 20 naman sa mga sibilyan. Sinabi ng Armed Forces kamakailan na halos 10% na lang ng Marawi City ang hawak ng Maute Group. Desperado na nga raw ang mga ito dahil walang makain at halos tukoy na ng mga sundalo ang lugar nila. Pero kung nakalabas na ang leader ng Maute, tuluyan na kayang nalusutan ng militar. But are we capable of preventing that, sir?
Oh, yeah. Oo.
Yung paglabas-pasok.
Napaligiran na sila eh.
Ang opisyal na pahayag ng AFP, may ilang Maute fighters ang nakalabas ng Marawi pero nasa loob pa rin daw si Hapilon. Ang ilang Maute nga raw, sugatan.
This is still to be validated. But Isnilon Hapilon is allegedly still in the area. The Abdullahs, there are reports that they are wounded. We have to see the evidence. If we see visually that Isnilon Hapilon is out or he's dead, we still have to see the body or cadaver.
Sa video na ito na ibinigay ng isang source sa militar, pinapakita na pinagplanuhan at organisado ang ginawang pag-atake ng Maute sa Marawi City. Kita sa video na nakikinig si Hapilon at ang magkapatid na sina Abdullah at Omar Kayam Maute ang kumakamada sa operasyon. Kuha raw ito ilang araw bago ang atake noong May 23. Ayon sa AFP, tukoy na nila ang may-ari ng bahay kung saan ginanap ang naturang pulong. Sa ngayon, nananatiling kumpiyansa ang AFP na malapit nang matapos ang bakbakan dito.
We are looking at the possibility that the end will be near. Meron lang kami mga 3 o 4 na strong points na ipapanlisa, and once that we have get this Nagdiretso na po yun.
Once this is finished, immediately the engineering construction brigades will come in and rehab the damage muna in infrastructures, then the houses.
May nakaschedule dapat na magpunta dito sa Marawi City kanina si Pangulong Duterte pero hindi siya natuloy dahil sa masamang panahon. Mel.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Cedric Castillo.